Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing fine. Today, we are going to talk about the other factors that cause the rapid change in the Earth's surface. Uh, and this week, we were talking about volcanoes and earthquakes. So, if I looked at this picture and you are looking at this picture, what do you see? Okay, I'm sure that most of you are going to say that um, it's a crack here and things are falling. So the rocks, the sand, and a lot of sediments are falling from up to down. Well, that's excellent. Do you know the name of this thing that is occurring? Very good. I'm sure that most of you are going to say landslides. Well, that's extremely right. So, for today, we are going to talk about landslides, floods, and droughts. To start with, we're going to begin talking about landslides. Before I start explaining, you are going to watch this video, this link. You will find this link under the name landslide video on the discussion group. So please pause the video, open the link, watch the video, and then come back. Okay, after you watched the video, you learned a lot about landslides, how it occurs, and the other names of the landslides. So let's start. Heavy rains or sometimes earthquakes may loosen the material on a steep slope. When I say a steep slope, if we look at this picture, you would see that it's not a straight line, it's not a straight surface, but it's a steep. Okay, so it's not straight, it's a steep slope. What happens is that sometimes when it rains heavily, or sometimes the earthquakes, as we said yesterday, they may loosen the materials on the steep slope. What do I mean by loosen the material? So they are not really fixed in their places. So any small movement can let them fall. That's what earthquakes and heavy rains sometimes do to the materials that are on a steep slope. When this happens, gravity plays its job and it pulls these loosened materials downward. Bits of rocks and soil may travel slowly downhill in a little bit of time, but sometimes they travel rapidly. This rapid downhill movement of large amounts of rocks and soil or any other sediment is called a landslide. So if we looked at the name, landslide. So let's divide this word into two words that will help us know the meaning. Land, slide. So it's a slide. It's like the slide you play with during playing in the park, for example. So it's a slide. Why is the slide created by this shape? Exactly. To help you fall down quickly without doing any effort, right? You just sit there and gravity pulls you down because the land there is slided. So it is a steep slope. So the same thing, the same example. Keep this in mind. Keep the slide that we play with um, in the park in your mind, okay, while talking about landslides. So actually what happens is that gravity pulls the rocks or the land or the soil or the sand, okay, or any other sediment from up till down due to the large gravity, the amount of gravity, or sometimes the heavy rains or the earthquakes that will cause the loosening of this material. So this is a huge or rapid downhill movement of large amounts of rocks is called a landslide. Sometimes not only rocks or soil can move through a landslide. Buildings, cars, trees, and other big objects are sometimes carried along with the sliding soil. If um, uh, this in this situation, it's very strong. So this sliding is very strong. So, in your opinion, and this is the first question to be answered after this lesson, how do you think that landslides change the Earth's surface? So let me repeat the question. We talked about landslides. We said that it's the huge or rapid movement of rocks, soil, buildings, cars, even trees from the top of the land upon a steep slope or upon a slide, and we call this a landslide. So, in your opinion, after we defined this and after we saw pictures about this, how do you think landslides change the Earth's surface rapidly? So, this is the first question to be answered. Okay, now let's move to the second important factor that causes rapid movement or rapid changing of the Earth's surface, which is floods. Okay, if I showed you this picture, what comes into your mind? What do you see this in this picture? Yes, exactly. Most of you will say that cars are drowning and there's a lot of water. Is this a river? Do you think this is a river? Of course, it will not be a river because you can see stairs here. So, could stairs be in the river? Could cars be in the river? Could trees be in the river and street signs? Could they be in the river? Of course not. So, actually, what happened here is a flood. So, to learn more about floods, I want you please to watch the video. You will find the link which is titled Floods Video also on the discussion group. So you would find the first link which is for landslide and the other link for floods. So I want you please to stop the video, to pause the video, go watch the video link and then come back. Okay, so what is a flood? By definition, what is a flood? Very good, excellent. So it's a fast moving water that occurred maybe due to heavy rain, and it may occur to many other reasons that you already watched in the video. So floods also can produce rapid changes to the Earth's surface by the following. Because this fast moving water um, can uproot the trees. When I say uproot, it means that they will remove the trees from their roots. So uproot the trees, it means that they will take the trees from their roots. They can carry away big rocks and change where rivers flow. All of these are resulting from floods. Floods can also leave land covered with sand and mud. Why? Because the water can carry sand from one place to the other, or it can carry the mud. So when the soil has water in it, it changes into mud. So this is how floods can also change, rapid changes to the Earth's surface. Now, if we move to the last way that the Earth's surface changes rapidly, we can talk about droughts, which is totally the opposite of a floods. So I want you also to pause the lecture, go watch the video that will also be sent to you on the discussion room. After you watch it, you come back to here, please. Okay, so when an area experiences a period of a weather that is much drier than usual, this um, this thing is called a drought. Okay, so periods of unusually low rain or snowfall are called droughts. A severe drought can change the surface of Earth by reducing the amount of water in rivers and lakes, which is very severe. And droughts can destroy farmland and kill trees and other plants. Why do you think it kills trees and other plants? Excellent. So we all know that trees and plants need, need water in order to survive, in order to perform photosynthesis, to get their energy. So when there's no water and there's a long period of dryness, which is called drought, the trees and other plants will die. Imagine this by having a plant at home. You put this plant in severe hot weather and you do not put water for it, what do you notice? Well, if you come after a week or two, for example, and you come to check this plant and you looked at the soil, what do you see in the soil? Very good, excellent. You see cracks in the soil. This is because of severe dryness, and you will see that the plant will be dying gradually. So the droughts destroy farmland and kill the trees and plants because of this severe dryness. And droughts also can increase the soil erosion. Can anyone remind me what we mean by soil erosion? Very good. I'm pretty sure that most of you said this. So it's when the soil moves from one place to the other. Remember when we talked about erosion and we said that it's the movement of sediments or soil from one place to the other? Exactly. Why do you think? Why do you think that the drought increases the possibility of soil erosion? So this is question 7 that you should answer. Okay, so why does the drought increase the possibility of soil erosion? So after we're done with this lecture, I want you please to answer question 7 in addition to this thing. So you are going to put for me volcano, earthquake, droughts, floods, and landslides, which are 5 natural disasters that cause the rapid change in the Earth's surface. So what I want from you is that you write these 5 natural disasters and just you write for me one change that it causes for the Earth's atmosphere or the Earth's surface. So one rapid change that occurs due to these natural disasters. Only one for each natural disaster. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Please submit your answers by the end of the day. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to write it or record it on the discussion group. And let me repeat that these links, you will find them on the discussion group. Have a nice day.